All right, we are live. We are here with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 haven't made your store yet, or you've made your store and you haven't sent in your first couple products, feel free to ask us for help because we're both doing this. We're both selling on Amazon, making full-time income doing so. We have 𝗖cie coming later, probably in a couple minutes here. And, if there's no questions, we're going to just talk Amazon, talk about the things that we're working on in our businesses. And if we don't immediately get to your comments, we see them. We're going to get to them as soon as possible. I hate it when people just ignore the comments in the chat, but we see them and we will definitely get to it. But speaking of 𝗖cie, we got him right here.
Coming right in. Oh, the man.
Hello. The man, the myth, the legend, 𝗖cie.
The captain.
Not lieutenant, the captain.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, man.
In a different life.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Welcome,
what have you guys been up to today?
Prep all day, pretty much. I love Walmart. Like, you order stuff and it comes to your house in like 6 hours sometimes. It's crazy.
With the DoorDash.
Yeah. It's always like you're like, who is this guy kind of deal? It's just somebody in there like Honda Civic.
Like, why did he order 63 like Igloo like ice packs? Like, why?
Yeah.
There was last Q4 there was one of those little live pets, animatronic creatures that was doing pretty good, and I was ordering those from Walmart to my prep center. And I remember getting the little photos from the DoorDash person of just like a stack of them on my prep center's porch.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
it's so funny. They have them in like the grocery bags too.
Yeah.
It's always so funny.
Gotta love it. Definitely for my next stack of bulk items, I think I'll be sending those to the prep center. It took me like a week to find time to like send them out. Just gotta delegate that for me. I can't do it.
Oh, brutal. How many items did you prep in that shipment?
It was literally only like 200 to 300, but it still took a long time.
You've lost the sauce, huh?
I've lost the prep sauce, that's for sure. I'm just totally used to like buying a used docking station and having it sent to a prep center and not having to deal with it. But
and you do like 2 of those a month and sell them for like 25 grand each.
Exactly. So I make like 21 grand profit on each one. So 42 grand a month's not too bad. Like,
yeah,
I'm kind of shooting for like 55, but like, I guess I can be content.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Just like this really reminds me of like an 𝗬𝗓 clip where he's like, you just buy something for 8 million and then you sell it for 10 million.
That's easy.
It's like, what?
It's not easy. It's so easy.
How do I make $1 million in a year? Just buy one thing for 8 million and sell it for 9 million. Easy.
Oh,
Let's use that.
Brutal.
So
I've been
go ahead.
I went around today, spent like 2 hours doing some retail arbitrage. Not super great. Reminded me why that was tough to scale and why I do mostly online arbitrage now. I got really lucky last week and pulled like $400 profit with a $500 buy cost out of a Walmart in like an hour last week. Sold most of it over the weekend. And so coming into this week, I was like, I am the best at retail arbitrage. I forgot how good I am. And so I went out today expecting the same, if not better results. And I was disappointed. I got like 6 things, maybe like $120 profit. Only spent like maybe 2 hours though. So, it's.
Yeah, not too bad. But when your expectations are like sky high though, it's really disappointing.
Yeah. And Yeah, just trying to up some volume, merch fulfill. But,
Josiah, I feel like you have enough like awareness around the risks that you're taking when buying stuff. I don't know why you can't just like lower your risk and like just sell the same amount of units. You know what I mean?
no, what do you mean?
So I feel
I
like
like risk, yeah.
like sometimes you like take purposeful risk and like that's kind of the only reason you have any issues at all.
Yes.
I feel like.
Yes.
So like why don't you just
most of the IP complaints I get are ones that I knew I would get when I purchased the items. Not a great business model.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that thing that you sent me in the DMs where you're like, yeah, the brand told you that they would IP and then
Yeah,
you
okay.
kept on selling the item.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
won't
know how to
share
feel about that.
I won't share that whole conversation, but the part that Cody just mentioned, I'm willing to share. A brand messaged me through Amazon messaging. So like as a customer, it was like, Brad sent you a message about a product. And so it was the message was, we are from such and such a company, which has authority from such and such a company, which has authority from such and such a company. You need to stop selling this brand, or we will put a IP violation on your account. And then they listed the 2 ASINs of that brand that I was selling. And I'd only been selling them for like a week, maybe. They just hit the fulfillment center, and a couple units had sold, and most of them were still in FC transfer. And so I think I sent this one to Seth. I was like, what do you think? Is it legit or not? Because sometimes those are competitors. And it seemed pretty legit, but I decided I would try to call their bluff. And my plan was to sell the stuff really quick and then probably not restock. But holy smokes, this guy, like 2 days later, I got an IP complaint for counterfeit, and on one of the ASINs, and then 2 days after that, another IP complaint on the other ASIN. Whammy. And I haven't been able to shake them. So maybe, I guess with that very first message that he sent me, if I wanted to be really risk adverse, I could have deleted those 2 ASINs and just moved on. But yeah, I thought I could call his bluff.
Yeah. And we'll get to your comment in a second, but yeah, I mean, with that, you've also done the same thing and like another 7 times they've done nothing. So that's the hard part about it. And we got Bra in the chat. You guys have any videos on the best way to source eBay products? I feel like all of us probably do. I know I do. Yeah. Cody, you do a lot of like keep a product finder, I feel like.
I found the most results with just doing flip mine and just selling random like past items that like you one-offed from like a garage sale and then you sold on Amazon. That was like a used electronic. And yeah, I mean that's really the 2. I think flip mine's a really good start if you don't have any base, but really just like yeah, I mean that's really it.
We got Christiana in the chat. Let's go. Yeah. Glad we'll see you very soon, actually. You're probably on your way home right now. But yeah, the best way to source eBay products, I love that tip of especially if you've been selling for quite a while and like you're a thrifter or you do retail arbitrage, there's going to be stuff in your catalog that you sold once, you were able to find it once, and you're never going to be able to find again in a retail store. But on eBay, it's just sitting right there at like 60% ROI and ready to go. People want it on Amazon, but nobody knows how to get it besides on eBay or like liquidation or something. So that's a really good way to find stuff. Flipmine can be good too. Just any way that you can increase your knowledge base of like what are fast moving, high dollar ASINs and like, can I get those profitably? and you just have to check a few times and you'll be able to find them profitably.
Yeah. Also, like if you felt like, say you flipped like one, say like one brand, like say you flipped like a brother printer or something in the past, then go look at all the brother used items. Like that's really one of my favorite. Like you look at every single item that's used in that brand, and then you'll find stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Like literally from experience. So I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Cody's method. That's how I discovered eBay to Amazon. I was looking through my retail arbitrage stuff and been like, man, this ASIN was hitting hot. I made so much money off this. I can't find it locally anymore. Where can I find this? It's kind of discontinued. It's sold out on Walmart.com. And just Google search after Google search. Finally found the only place to get this is eBay. And there's a decent supply. And I still do that. Like I got some retail arbitrage stuff last week that I mentioned. It sold out really good over the weekend. And so on Monday, I went on eBay and bought out everything on eBay of that item that was within the right price range.
Yeah, that happens more times than you actually think it would. Like it happens quite a bit. Josiah is taking his Vicodin. Yep. I'm just kidding.
Yes, sir.
Awkward Seth.
Prescribed by the VA.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Diana's gonna get you to actually do some more sourcing. But Josiah's been doing plenty of sourcing actually. Especially in person today.
Yeah.
So I went to that I think I mentioned it last time we were hanging out together. The new like bin store in town.
Oh yeah.
Went to that again today. I went last week when they put out the new stuff and I walked in and I was just like, these are all Amazon returns. This is a bunch of garbage. And it was a ton of private label stuff and the goofiest brands ever and thousands of like iPhone cases and screen protectors and made in China, whatever. You know, like you can't even pronounce the brand name. It's like that's a private label from China, something.
Right.
But I found a few things last week, which is interesting. Like if I dug, I could find some new in box sealed. Found a couple like GE products, and actually, I got a Logitech webcam that I was gonna sell, but I just hooked it up. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's still for sale on Amazon, used like new condition. You can go look it up. I won't tell you the model, so you can't find my store. But I went again today. Is like $2 a day, and I'll tell you, the people in there, it's an interesting crowd. Like a bunch of vultures scavenging, like fighting over like garbage. And I've never been to a Goodwill bin store, but I imagine that's very much the same. I think I know Seth, you used to at least go to those a lot. Do you hang out at those, Cody?
I went to the Goodwill bins, and it's like the one by OBT. And if anybody doesn't really know Florida too well, like I don't want to say anything too messed up, but don't go to OBT at night. It's not like the best place to be. And yeah, it was wild. Like the Goodwill bins there, I went, and it's just like you have to have gloves. Like I'm the type of guy that like I'll clean dirty stuff and it doesn't faze me. You know what I mean? I'm not like a I'm not like a I'm okay cleaning like really gross stuff. I've done it before, but like digging through the bins where it's just like it smells like baby poop. It's just like specifically the clothes, like it's like yeah, definitely. I mean, it was like the thing was, there was some pretty good profitable stuff that I got for really cheap, but it's just so gross.
Yeah, I went there a lot, and there's definitely a whole culture of people who are there like 50 hours a week. Like they just go there, and then on the weekend, they're gone all of Saturday because they're at the flea market selling all of it. So it's just like that's literally like 80% of the people there, they just sell at the flea market, and like they're cool with purchasing items for like $1 each and then selling them for like $4 each. And like some of them they can't sell, but like they make a living. They're happy with what they're doing, or they're vultures and they're miserable. And that's just how it is. Or there's like, I don't know if you guys noticed this when you went, but there was like a whole culture of like vintage t-shirt hunters that were like, they were all between like the age of like 17 and 26, and like just like wearing Carhartt double knees and like single stitch t-shirts, and just like all had like Instagram selling accounts, just like super cliche stuff of that culture.
Yeah, those guys are really funny. It's like they'll like throw hands at the Goodwill bins over a shirt that was like produced in a time that like they weren't even born in. That like some Harley shirt, but like they have no like attachment to Harley at all. You know, it's just
well, some of them do. Some of them legitimately are like, they like feel super nostalgic about it, which like I get. I mean, like there's something. It's not my thing, but like there is something about like a different time back before the internet and blah 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 blah. But
I think it's cool. I'm not trying to hate on them or anything. I just think it's funny.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Hateful hate speech.
Oh my god.
No.
This is my safe space.
Have you at the Goodwill bins ever thrown fists over a nice sweater?
Oh, what?
Dude, I have. I bring my knife.
Oh, no.
Just kidding.
The freshly knit sweaters.
Dude, I think I got all of these at the Goodwill bins, besides like my recent ones.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I used to sell sweaters like a little bit. Like
on like Poshmark or
no, Amazon. Used sweaters.
My goodness.
Used like new. Only 3 holes.
𝗖ście_𝗰𝗶𝗶𝗹 will sell anything used on Amazon.
Oh, we got a tactical knife pocket in the sweater. Yes, sir. We have a little like chest pocket.
Huh.
Exactly. Got to get me one. Yeah. No, I never threw fists. I definitely was that vulture at some points back in the early days of grinding. I used to sell shoes, used shoes, and I loved finding cowboy boots because the cowboy boots were usually like 50 to 100 shipped, and like you'd purchase them for like $4. And so you see one, you like snatch it no matter what you do, because like that's I mean that's important when you're a vulture at the bins making not very much money. That's how it is.
Hey, that's the dream.
That is the dream, the American dream. Now we sit at home and spend like $1,000 in like an hour and a half, and it's just like normal. That was like the 6-month budget back then. Goodwill bins is too far for me. Most places around me are picked clean. Tons of resellers here. What part of the country are you in, Papa Ralph? Who's the best chess player? I mean,
definitely Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
Oh no.
Cody,
yeah,
Cody like can't even focus on his work. He's just like, shoot, this is too hard for me. Like, I'm gonna play another bullet game.
Yeah,
I mean his Instagram handle is 𝗖ście_𝗰𝗶𝗶𝗹, so like Cody must be good at chess.
Right.
No, I don't play chess. Do you play chess, Cody?
I've played a few times.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at. So Seth would probably smoke us.
I play like all the time. It's I
really?
I play a lot of chess.
Are you playing right now?
Yeah, I actually have a game going. I'll share my screen. I have another one going in the chat, so I'll share.
Kevin wants to watch.
Here.
Yeah,
present my screen.
Just the chess tournaments go. Oh gosh.
Here's my chess.
No kidding. I thought you were joking.
No, I didn't actually have.
You just pulled that up.
He's always ready.
No, that's just I just pulled it up as a joke. But
you just waiting in the lobby.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a game. It's hard to find someone on my levels, so I mean, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Florida.
Okay, so we're both in Florida.
Okay.
There's just so many people that resell here. I think like if you get a little creative, it's not as bad. Like if you go to like the discount stores, but a lot of the thrift stores are really like picked clean now. It's kind of crazy.
I went to a Walmart. Speaking of Miami 2022, my wife and I went to buy a towel because we wanted to go sit on the beach. And we waited for 25 minutes in a Walmart line for the self-checkout. No. It was the most obnoxious, crowded place. I think we just got unlucky about the Walmart, maybe. I hope all of Florida isn't like that, but goodness.
I honestly did not like Miami as a place. Not for me.
Yeah. I'm actually on the same page. It was really cool meeting the resellers. The resellers were cool, but
yeah, conference was sweet.
Conference was cool. Miami as a place. Oh my gosh, I am not an urban person at all. I cannot do that. Like having to like pay for parking and like not know where to park every time you want to go out to get food. And I think I took my wife out to breakfast and we spent like $58. Like we didn't even splurge or anything. It was just like everything's expensive.
Where'd you go, man?
It was like a cafe. It was a cafe in like Miami. It was like, geez, all right, man. Like business write-off, whatever. I'll take an Instagram picture of it and post it on the story so I can write it off. But like, goodness. But are you guys going to Miami?
Were you there this year, Cody?
No, I'm not. I'm not going this year. No, I'm gonna stay under a rock.
It's in your state. It's in your state. I mean, how far are you from Miami? I mean, is it across the state?
I could drive down there if I really wanted to. It's like 4.5 hours.
Oh, that's forever, Cody. That's so far.
You're like, oh no.
My goodness, probably not worth it. I'm on the fence. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like a 90% sure. I just I haven't purchased my ticket yet because I need all my money in inventory right now. It's Q4. I plan on purchasing it, but need my money in inventory. Miami is hella expensive. Tons of money there. Yeah. I'm like, I've lived in the suburbs all my life, and like I'm used to like being able to park when I go somewhere.
I think there are people in Miami with lots of money, but I think most of the people in Miami are pretending to have lots of money and have severe credit card debt. Because I noticed, and I was only there for like a couple days, but if you get past like street whatever, it's literally like the slums and the ghetto. So it's like, where'd the money go? Like the money's on that side of the street, but it's not here. It's like, well, I think everybody comes to Miami and lives on that side. And then when they max their cards out, they move to that side.
Or like they max their cards out and they drive around in their like Ferrari or Lamborghini, and then they live in like this 1-bedroom house, like way out here that they like, that they are not doing well with. Yeah.
They flex on the gram on the rich side and then go to bed.
Yeah, they go to the beach and trailer park type beat. I mean, not everyone, but I mean, some people. I mean, there was definitely like a culture of just like flexing, and it was just like not my thing at all. Like, goodness. I don't know, Josiah, did you notice? But at every red light, like the second it turns green, they honk at you. Like, is that a thing in your part of Florida too, Cody? Like that is not normal for us.
Kinda. I mean, I think it depends on what area. Like if you're in, like specifically if you're in like the Lake Mary area, which like the median income there is like 120K. It's like the really rich part of kind of like, it's north of Central Florida. Like I think people there are they're just terrible. Like like you're at a light and then they'll honk right away, things like that. But it just depends. I think it just depends on the area.
Yeah. You go from safety to death real quick down there.
That's exactly how I felt one night trying to meet up with everybody at some restaurant. It took me like 30 minutes of circling to find a parking spot, and then where I parked, I was like,
you paid.
I'm pretty sure this rental's not going to be here in an hour. Like this car, someone's going to steal this car.
yeah, Josiah, at that Friday night thing, like,
yeah,
I legit thought my car was going to get towed, and I paid for parking too. Like maybe I'm just like naive about cities. I don't know. Like, anyways,
so
back to.
So both of you guys aren't going to Miami, right?
No, I think I'm gonna end up going. I'm just gonna like, I'm probably just gonna like, not do a rental car, Uber myself for groceries so that I don't have to go somewhere every single meal, because like it's just super inconvenient. It's like a whole ordeal just to like eat, which is first world problems a lot, but
just live off of your Kohl's cash, man.
Yeah, dude.
Get the Platinum Lounge. Cash in all your Kohl's cash for the Platinum Lounge.
Does Kohl's have food? Then we can just buy Kohl's cash and have it delivered to my Airbnb, and we can plan ahead.
They might have candy bars near the registers.
Dude, if I just like, what I have to do is I have to buy $500 worth of Nike break-even socks, and then I'll have like $100 Kohl's cash. That way I can have free groceries for Miami 2023. Isn't that a great plan, guys?
Nah, you're gonna need 5 figures Kohl's cash.
Oh, okay.
It's Miami. You need to be able to flex a little.
Oh, okay. So like I have to buy like some really high-end Nikes from Kohl's as well. That way I can walk around and be respected by the people.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Josiah. I appreciate that.
And then you can make sure you buy them in your size so you can wear the returns and look like people think you're like, respected.
Wow. Yeah. Josiah, that's what I keep you around for. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the wisdom that you bring to my life.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Back to Amazon. What is the most profitable flip you've ever had? Speaking about profitable flip, Josiah just had his most profitable flip pretty recently, didn't you?
Yeah, probably
one item flip.
Yeah, probably not best ROI, but I, from a local auction, found a electronic computer. It was a Cisco server, and bought it from this local auction. You bid online and stuff, and then go pick it up in person. I paid around $430 for it, and I sold it for $2,600. $2,600. So all things said and done, after shipping and all that, pretty big item. It was 1,700 profit, I think.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah,
not bad.
Yeah, that's more than I made this year. So
same. Yeah, that's more than I made this year too.
No, I'm just kidding. What about you, Cody?
I had a bat that I bought at a thrift store for $2, and then I sold it for, I think it was like $220.
Like a live bat.
Yeah. No, it was like it was some type of like specialty baseball bat.
Jeez. Yeah, what's the ASIN?
Or was it
eBay? There wasn't even anything on eBay about it. Like I was like, okay, well, we're just gonna list this high.
So you bought it without even looking at a comp?
Well, there was other things that were like I looked it up, and there was no like exact model number, but there was like basically like the material and the brand. I think it was like a Louisville, was good, and I was like, this is like there was similar ones for like $200. I couldn't find that exact one, so I listed it for $400. And some old man was talking to me for like a week and a half about buying it. And then somebody sent in a good offer, and then that was pretty much it.
Heck yeah. I mean, like that is going to be that's massive ROI. Like that's
yeah. There's no like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty crazy ROI, but
1000% or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we see these comments, but we're answering this question, so we'll get to this.
We're ignoring Kevin though.
Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna answer this question, then we're gonna go straight here, and then for me, my most profitable flip, one item was a book from the Goodwill outlet world, and so I was just like scanning books. I saw this 1997 Columbine yearbook, and I'm like, I should probably put this off to the side and look this up. So I looked it up, and the most recent sold was $700 free shipping. And so I'm like, okay, like this is going to be really good. So there was none active. I had a thing going where I would often list it for 25% over my price, and then I'd have an eBay sale kick in like 24 hours later, so to go down to my price. But I listed it at $875, and it sold within an hour for $875.
Dude.
And that was great ROI. That made my day for sure.
It was like a $1 book or something.
It was 50 cents. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
dude. I think
Okay.
you beat us all ROI wise.
Yeah.
ROI, yeah. But 1,700 in profit from one item. That is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should tell the other part of that story is I listed that originally for 2,000 and it sold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I sent it to Seth and I was like, dude, I don't know. And one guy messaged me. He's like, yo, I'll give you 2,200. You
That's
really
how you
undersold this. And I was like, oh shoot, I undersold this. And like, you know, I was already sitting with like $1,400 profit. So it's like, how greedy do I want to be here? So I chatted with Seth and I decided to cancel that sale, and I relisted it a week or two later for like 3,500. And it sat for a little while, and I gradually dropped the price, and it eventually sold for 2,500 plus like $150 shipping. So
you let it sit. You waited a week before listing it just so that the other person didn't see.
Yeah, I mean it's not a item that there's like a ton of volume going on, so he definitely saw.
He just shook his head and like complained to his wife.
Oh, he sent me offers after I
did?
relisted it. Yeah.
Any good ones? Did he offer more?
Yeah, he sent me some for more than he originally paid. Yeah.
Goodness.
He didn't end up being the final buyer, but
it is what it is.
He was trying to
Probably
scalp
still a
you.
good deal.
Yeah. Well, most of these guys who were buying them from me were, I looked at their eBay stores and this is what they sell. So they were either going to part it out, or maybe they have local retail connections. Like these were resellers. So like they probably made $1,000 off it too. Like there's some money in that one item. Yeah.
Makes you want to like do some eBay searches on like Cisco networking switches, but that's the type of thing that you go into and you don't have knowledge on. You can just get screwed over with.
Yeah. I have a little bit of background with that stuff, and so I hooked them up and tested them as good as I could up through like BIOS and things like that. And yeah.
You get screwed over and move to Miami and be rich
Instantly.
Just sell a couple switches a month and you can have your Lambo and live on the beach. The gift cards have to be reserved for renting the Lambo. Oh, I see. Yeah, because true. How am I going to get a Lambo with Cole's cash? I mean, maybe in Miami they do that just because they know it'd be a profitable part of their business.
I'll get a Lambo, put it on a Turo, and accept Cole's cash as currency.
Wow. And then you can buy Nike socks to break even, but you get the money because.
Well, no, I'll live off the Cole's cash because Cole's cash isn't legal tender, so it's not taxable income.
Oh, so you can buy like some yogurt and eat that yogurt.
Completely off the grid. She's in Cole's cash.
and then I can move into the central Alaska and live in the woods by myself, living off Cole's cash.
Like your only cost is like $80 Wi-Fi.
It's a lot more than that, Seth.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably out there it's probably a ton.
I pay like 150 where I'm at here in the big
Really?
city.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Crazy. We got Stock Market Conqueror. Do you guys look for Q4 toys constantly or wait for sales mainly? I think Josiah has a couple thoughts, but I don't sell too many toys. I feel like I'm assuming Josiah is probably going to say like being in the Discord groups helps. Yeah, what are your thoughts? Cody, do you even sell toys?
I really haven't even
You sell
like,
adult toys like Nikes.
yeah, if you want to put it that way.
I wasn't sure where that sentence was going.
I mean,
Gets in
a
the
lot of-
sexual
lot of
wellness
shoes.
category.
Last year I bought a few bolos and I got a little burnt. Not too much, but like lost a few dollars on some CoComelons, but that was about it.
Oh, I still have a couple CoComelons.
Yeah.
Sitting on
How
my
can you
shelf
be
for
that
like a year.
stubborn to not sell them off for a loss for a year?
Listen, Seth, I don't lose.
10
years from now,
money.
10 years from now, those will be vintage.
It's an investment.
It'll sell for your break-even price.
It's not stubbornness, it's laziness, honestly.
Fair
I kind of forget they're there. But to answer the question, I did a decent amount of retail arbitrage type toys last Q4. Most of them were bolos that I found from different groups. Or at the time, I was doing a lot of retail arbitrage. And so, like, some of the stores I'd go into would randomly have stuff on clearance. And I'd, scan the different clearance things and discover different brands that were selling really hot for Christmas. I don't know how much of that I'll do this year. But I keeping an eye on at least one of the Discord groups I'm in to see if anything pops off. Probably here closer to the end of the month.
Can you guys explain to me why people are so like dead set on selling toys in Q4? Like, I understand that they have like high sales velocity, and that like is it basically because they have high sales velocity and then like retailers go out of stock and then the prices go to the moon? Is that
pretty much? I mean, they move. The demand is just insane. Yeah.
The moon. Yeah.
The moon. Yeah. I had one or two. I bought into maybe 5 or 6 ASINs last Christmas that I got from a group that were Amazon to Amazon flips. So I bought like 30, 50, 60 units with the hope that when Amazon goes out of stock, the price will double. So you're betting on Amazon going out of stock. But that's the big thing with toys around Christmas is if the big retailers, particularly Amazon, go out of stock, then the price can go up exponentially from MSRP. And it's an item that you can readily get off the shelf for in quantity if you buy at the right time. But it's a bit of a gamble. Like I think 2 or 3 of those ASINs I did really well on. And the other 2, I think I ended up selling at a loss because Amazon either didn't go out of stock or the listing got flooded with so many sellers that the price didn't go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess like the risk versus reward of sorry, I cut you off, Cody.
You're good.
It's like if the price doubles, I mean, that sounds great, but like if you bought it like 40 and you're selling at 80, that's probably only like a 40% ROI. So
and that's peanuts for Seth.
I mean, that's really good, but with that risk, I mean, it's a high risk of selling.
It's only a 40% ROI. I don't see how it's worth it. Like, how are you guys making money at 40%?
Oh, man.
But I mean, like, do you like see how the risk versus reward isn't like as high as it usually should be? Like, if like your worst case scenario is like minus 20% ROI, like, and that's like a 50% chance, like that's maybe it's a higher percent chance. Maybe I just suck at toys. I don't sell toys, so don't take my advice on toys. That's for sure.
Well, yeah. I get your perspective there. I'm not very good at it. and I thought I'd try it last year. It worked some it didn't. I was just taking other people's advice on it. I didn't know what I was looking at with the 𝗖𝗶𝗶 graphs and stuff. And if you can go and like analyze the last couple Christmases and see how Amazon played out, or particular brands, you can make assumptions about how much stock there is. Or you can look at the ads on TV and be like, oh, I think this pooping turtle is going to go viral. Like, that's way above me. And so I don't know if I'll mess with it this year. So for you and I, Seth, yeah, I'd agree. It is a riskier play compared to some of our regular products that just do well year round.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like a gamble. Like, you have to be able to return it. That's really what it seems like, to like mitigate the risk.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of buying something, sending it in, and then like you gotta like retract it and you gotta take an L or sell it at a loss.
You return stuff a lot, Cody? Or have you in the past?
So much judgment, Josiah.
No, I've done it a time or two.
When I was bigger into A-to-A flips, I'd have like some weeks where it's like, okay, like we gotta return $1,700 worth of stuff.
Oh,
but sometimes it was like, it was also worth it sometimes, because it's like you could do some of those flips and make like hand over fist, like spend $400, make $400. So it really just depends.
Gonna be an interesting time this year. Feel like last year, a lot of things popped up due to distribution issues. Hope it's the same this year. Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be the same, or like it could be worse, which is better for us, I guess. What do you guys think? Do you think it's gonna be a similar story? Do you guys have any strong feelings either way?
I'm probably gonna drop like 20 to 30 grand this month on CoComelon. Just like 1,000 units of every product that they've released in the last year. I mean,
you could just sell one of your Turo cars and just like have some gambling money.
Definitely.
That's what it seems like.
You're definitely right, Papa Ralph. Last year was, especially Q4, with all the supply chain shortages, it seemed like, in my experience, there was an incredible amount of toys and holiday type stuff that was very flippable for a profit, just because of the global shortages, mostly supply chain and I guess like truckers and ships and like, all the boats parked outside of that state on the West Coast, that big one. And so, yeah, will it be as good this year? If I had to guess, probably not as good, but there's going to be a lot of opportunity. So,
yeah, I think like I see a lot of videos where people are saying, oh, look at the past 2 years of data. And I don't think it's going to pan out like it did before. Or maybe it'll be like kind of like how the past 2 years there was like the pool shortage. I know it's kind of different, but they had like the pool shortages during the summer, and it's like each year it just got less and less. I think it's going to be something pretty similar to that. But then also like a toy could go viral on TikTok, and then it just that toy is just going insane. So it's kind of all up in the air.
You know what I think is really funny, and I think it's because in my area it's like a smaller city, smaller distribution and stuff. Some of those seasonal products like pools or whatever, like what was it? Last summer was when the pools were really good. I bought a lot of pools.
Not this last summer, but like
2021. Yeah. I bought a lot of pools, bought a lot of chlorine, and then you have the seasonal cycle, and then the local stores that I bought them from like doubled down on those products and ordered like twice as many for this summer. What they didn't know is that I was one of their main customers and I was shipping those out of state.
Oof.
And then I didn't buy any this year. It's just kind of like I don't know. I
So
think
they were holding the bag.
Yeah, they had a lot of pools sitting all summer. And
I hope that they like knew how to just like ship it to another Walmart or something. But that would be expensive as heck for them.
It's expensive to ship stuff to and from this state. So I don't know if you guys like see that in your area. Like 1 year, like you probably see like a ridiculous amount of face masks, like super clearanced. Or I remember Office Depot in our area had pallets of hand sanitizer. You could get a gallon jug for $1. They had pallets of them. It said like normal MSRP was like $60. I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I know when I was doing retail arbitrage last summer at Walmart, like there was just like masks, hand sanitizer, like everywhere. I was just like, oh, is this a COVID item? Okay, I'm not buying it. I'm not even going to scan it. Like,
yeah.
Or maybe that was the wrong move, but that's how I viewed it. It was just
I think you made the right decision. Yeah. It was a waste of time to scan those.
We got 𝗠cisco in the house, my favorite people. It's good to have you. 𝗠cisco, did you flip chlorine and face masks? I never flipped any face masks. I sold one chlorine. I was very new at the time, and I purchased it from Walmart, and I sold it on eBay because I did not know how to get ungated in it. It was like restricted for me or something, and I didn't know how to do that at the time. Yeah.
I sold at the beginning of 2020 sanding N95 masks until Amazon locked that down. Actually, I sold some on Amazon, then Amazon locked that down.
What do you mean locked it down? Like they just were always in stock at way too low of a price?
The fair market price thing.
Oh.
So like they were selling for like double, triple retail, and then Amazon's like, no, you can sell them for less than retail. And then I sold a ton on eBay, and then eBay did the same thing. They started deleting all my listings and stuff.
Yeah, that's what's up. I wasn't really an Amazon reseller at the time, but I bought it a lot of webcams from Walmart and then sold them on eBay.
Yeah.
That's one I missed out on, was the webcams. Yeah.
I remember like I gotta like they ping you, like I was in a group, they ping you when something's in stock. It's like 3 a.m, and I was like, oh, they're all in stock. And like I had like no money at the time, and I was like pressing all the buttons on my bot pretty much to like make sure I get as many as possible. And I was like, I should probably like stop this thing right now. And I like looked in my bank account, and I was like, there's $7 in here. I only had like $6 grand at the time. So it's like, I was like, oh my gosh, it panned out. Like it was bonkers. Like I sold them all in like 4 days. I made like $600. I was like, wow. You can make a lot of money doing this business. You know what I mean?
You were botting webcams. That's pretty funny.
Love it. What up, Joji? Good to see you. It's just like nuts the way that like different things happen in our lives, and it's just like, oh, suddenly we're botting webcams, or like or we're like buying toilet paper from King Soopers and like trying to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. It's just like that was annoying. That was just annoying. I did not like that. I don't know if you guys went.
Wait, you were selling toilet paper on Facebook?
No, but like people were doing that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh,
yeah. Like did you guys notice
scalping the toilet paper? Okay,
people were scalping the toilet paper. Like
I knew they were on Amazon. Yeah,
like they weren't even probably making that much money, but like no toilet paper at the store.
I say related to that. What do you? I think I've asked you this, Seth. But Cody, what do you tell people when people ask what you do for a job? You tell them
e-commerce.
I bought webcams.
Yeah, scalp. Yeah, either depending on who they are, it's either I'm a filthy scalper or I do e-commerce. That's really the.
You never say Amazon.
Do people ask you follow-up questions, or they're like,
I mean, it depends. It's so weird. Like I went out in public to
In
just
public.
like I know, right?
Like, is that pretty rare?
Yeah, it's a really rare occurrence. But I went out in public and I was scanning stuff in stores and whatnot, and 4 people like were like, "Oh, so you're gonna sell those online?" They're like, "Well, what are you gonna do with those?" So I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "You're gonna make a lot of money?" I was like, "I'm gonna make like $4 on this." They're like, "Really?" It's just so funny. Maybe it's a Florida thing. Like everybody here is just trying to like make some type of money.
That's cool.
I guess because I mean, depending on where you're at, it's expensive, but yeah. I just thought it was so funny.
That's really funny. Yeah.
I took my wife one time to join me to a retail arbitrage little journey one morning, and we found all of these half off Keurigs. They were retail $100, but they were $50, and they were selling for $140 on Amazon. So we like filled up the cart with like as many as we could, and the lady walking out of Walmart, like the security person, she's like, "Are you gonna sell those?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Feed your family, like good on you." Like she was so happy for us.
That's awesome.
I try my best to lose money selling used good online. Or like to get as many claims as we can during Q4, like as many IP claims as we can get. Like that is the dream.
Yes, sir.
Like I'm
yes, sir.
trying to.
Oh my gosh.
Or my job is to make Jeff Bezos richer. Yeah, we make.
That's...
I mean, they really are. They really have a system going there. That's for sure.
I don't know. I heard they're losing money through the actual sales stuff. They're only profitable through AWS. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow stonks. It's just something I heard.
Gotta invest in the 𝗬𝗎 500 instead. You know?
Shut up.
Oh, God.
I had a funny product I bought last week at Walmart. Herpes medication. And like 30 boxes of it. And this Walmart, for whatever reason, locked them all up individually in separate security cases. So I put my camera in my pocket and I videotaped this poor cashier. And he's going like, "Man, why'd they lock these up?" He's complaining about it. And then like 5 in, he's like, "What are these for anyway?" And he kind of looks down. And he just like was quiet for like 3 minutes. Didn't say anything to me.
He's like, "Oh no."
He felt really awkward and uncomfortable.
Oh gosh.
Oh my word.
That used to make me really nervous and uncomfortable, but you know, after a while, you know, like the 5th time you buy a cart full of girls' dolls, and the cashier's like, "You like dolls?" And you look them dead in the eye. "I love dolls.
I love dolls."
And then they like, you just got to make them more uncomfortable than you are, and the conversation ends.
And I like saying that they're gifts, and then the person's like, "You're so generous."
Yes, but when you're buying 30 magic mixies, like, do you think that's believable? I don't have 30 friends, Cody.
I mean, Cody obviously doesn't. He has to make it.
He left his house for the first time this year.
Oh my God.
Cody needs to get the 𝗬𝗎 500 so he can actually make some friends.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, go read some books.
So does Papa Ralph. Obviously doesn't. His outbreak is extremely bad. He's very good at socializing. I love my life Grinch dolls.
Socializing.
Nah, just say it's for toys for tots, and they turn from angry to happy real quick, or like Operation Christmas Child or something like that.
It's the Jedi mind tricks.
I don't like to lie about it. I usually kind of like awkwardly pause and then kind of let them answer. And I go like, "Oh yeah, it's a good idea." Like one person was like buying I think this bolo's over, the Jurassic Park masks, you know, like cartloads of them, like 50 at a time. That's a lot of dinosaur masks. You like having a birthday party or something? And be like, yeah, wouldn't that be hilarious? Like 50 kids running around with these things on. That's a great idea. And then you just like avoid the question.
Like, you like dinosaurs?
I love them.
I love dinosaurs.
My favorite is the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I just tell the truth, to be honest. They never ask, but if they do, I show them the reseller tax exempt card. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I'm just like, I'm a reseller, and they either hate me or they're like, whatever. Like,
yeah. I say like I sell online sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got kicked out of Trader Joe's, though. So if you're at Trader Joe's and you're trying to source there, don't say you're a reseller, because they hate that. They do not like that at all. Operation. Nobody ever like buys expensive stuff for that type of thing, though. Like everyone's just like, give me the cheapest thing for like Operation Christmas Child. Or at least I feel like they do. We got John in the house. I had the what? Oh, I didn't even read it. Oh.
Yeah.
I had the same thing happen. Bought like 200 Kit Kats, and the cashier said, "Oh, you're handing that out for Halloween?" I was like, "Yep, exactly." They always, they do answer for you. It's true.
Yeah.
Except when they ask you, like, what is it for?
And it's 30 bottles of herpes medication. They keep that answer in their head because they don't want to say that out loud because that's awkward.
Right. And then you just say for herpes. And they assume it's for you, but it's not for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some awkward situations with retail arbitrage. It's so much nicer to just like purchase stuff online and like not talk to anyone. Not the most extroverted person when it comes to that type of stuff, especially to herpes medication. But then they just cancel your order and like don't even send you an email, and it's just, that's sad.
Yeah, I had one last week. I should try to order it again. I ordered like 50 from a place I've never ordered from before just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
And they sent me an email that said, call this number about your order, whatever. I saw that email like maybe a few days later, and I called them. They just wanted to verify my billing address or something. And the lady's like, you're good to go. We'll ship it.
Sweet.
And then like a week later, it's like, why hasn't this shipped at all? And so I messaged them. They're like, oh, you never called to verify your information. I was like,
I did.
I totally did. So I don't know if they're playing games with me and they like actually cancel because of the quantity, or if I just kind of missed the deadline to call and they canceled before I had called. I'll probably have to order again and see what happens.
I mean, if you can get that to go through and it's a profitable thing, like a lot of, like, I know I wouldn't want to like call a number. I'd just be like, nah, too much work. But like if it's a big quantity and it's profitable, I feel like that's some good info to know. Like, oh, you just have to call the number.
Yeah. Another barrier to entry.
Some moats.
Yeah, keep Seth away from my ASINs.
Exactly. Yeah. The best moat of all, though, is the moat of it not even being profitable, but you're selling it. That's a very good moat. That's so that nobody
or dark red on IP alert. That's a good moat too.
Exactly. Exactly.
That keeps Cody away.
I mean, I usually
because Cody's a smart man.
Oh man. Yeah, I try to not chance that kind of stuff.
Exactly. That's why it keeps people away. Josiah's got a thought. He doesn't have a thought.
No, I'll save that for another time.
I see. But yeah, we'll probably wrap this up. We've been going for an hour, but thank you guys so much for coming on. We'll probably do this again tomorrow. It'll be shorter tomorrow because I have something at like 7, I think, or 7 my time, so 9 Eastern. But yeah. Thank you guys for coming on. This was fun. If you guys are watching, make sure to be purchasing inventory. If you don't purchase inventory, you won't make any money. That's all, guys. Have a good night.
See ya.